Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is Eric the Cosmic Wizard, and this is going to be a reading for Pisces. So this is, I haven't made readings in a very long time, and I've been feeling like the need to do these more often, and Spirit has been directing me towards this. So just a little bit about me. I am Eric the Cosmic Wizard, is what I call myself, the Cosmic Wizard. I like to do channeled messages for pretty much, I guess, zodiac signs or whatever. I'm not quite sure what direction I want to go in, so it's just my little intro. Thank you for tuning in, watching, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff, and thank you for being one of the few people to be a part of the beginning of this new chapter I'm going to start to invest in. So this is going to be for Pisces again, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, whatever. If you resonate, you resonate, Pisces or not. It could be cross-watcher for Pisces. Hope this reading reaches you all with good faith. Before I started doing this, I was hearing the song from Britney Spears, Oops, I Did It Again. So I'm picking up on maybe, it says I'm a Pisces, because Pisces come first. You could be experiencing like this sensation of like, maybe like, I don't want to say like playing with somebody's emotions, but like maybe in our like Pisces way of just not really being present all the time, being in our own world. You may have, yeah, Five of Pentacles in reverse. That's funny that card fell out. Yeah, Five of Pentacles in reverse. You could have accidentally like curved somebody, or you could have like maybe someone could be feeling like you aren't that into them, or this person, or you could be feeling like there's someone not that into you, which I think it can be going both ways depending on who you are. And some people, you could be experiencing both of these. You could be on someone's mind, and someone can be on your mind, and so there may be other people involved. But there is someone here who definitely feels like they are either being rejected, or you just don't really see them that much, or you don't care. I don't want to say you don't care. It's in reverse, so I feel like it could be a lessened effect. It could just be that you are just not really entertaining people, or maybe this person just feels like a missed opportunity. Very slight. Doesn't be anything big. Ooh, Queen of Swords. Yeah, you definitely are looking in a different direction, because we have the Five of Pentacles here, and then the Queen of Swords. And these two cards are not seeing eye to eye. So I think that you have your sight focused on something else. The Queen of Swords is someone who comes in with clarity, with a action, a goal plan. You're not necessarily coming off like a know-it-all, like you know everything, but you're very sure of yourself. And you're someone who, you have very strong opinions about a person or a thing here, and it could be this person. Yeah, I feel like it is. Like there's someone here that you just do not see eye to eye with. And this person is feeling rejected, and you're like in like this boss energy, like this, like I'm protecting my peace and I'm not going to play games with people. Like you're very much like on your shit right now. Yeah, the Ace of Swords. You are not fucking with people right now. The Ace of Swords in reverse. I feel like there are so many people that you could like just not be in communication with, and it's like not on purpose, but it is, if you know what I mean. Like it's not, you're not actively avoiding certain people. You're just heavily focused on yourself. So it looks like someone may assume that you are not talking to them. And it's really not that. It's just that you are so focused on yourself, because if you're like me, Pisces, you got some heavy stuff coming towards you in a good way, right? Like you're making some pretty big moves, right? I want to talk to the people who are, like-minded like me and my other collectives. So, yeah, Pisces, you're definitely like, there's something that someone wants to say, or there's something that you want to say. You're not going to say anything. There's just no communication here. You're having a hard time right now, maybe seeing everyone else's perspective, and you may be coming off as insensitive or cold, but you're not doing it to be malicious. You're doing it for self-preservation. I can never say that word right. you're just heavily focused on yourself, and it's going to come off as self-centered, but you're really not. You're just really focused on yourself, and that's a good thing, because honestly, this could be people who are used to you giving a lot of your energy to them, and now that you've pulled it back, like whenever we pull our energy back from people, that is something that people can feel. They may not have the conscious words or able to describe it. It's like, when you could walk into a room and you can like tell if someone like, oh, this person does not have like the energy, like, you know what I mean? Like no one's just imagining, like there is someone here that you are not giving your energy to, that you maybe used to have given your energy to, and this person was starting to feel it. Yeah. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So there's definitely some situation. It's like a missed opportunity between you and this person. I feel like this. Yeah, doing the King of Swords in reverse here. Okay, Pisces. The Queen of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and now we have the King of Swords in reverse. So I want to make sure that you, Pisces, talking to me too, but I'm looking at you. I feel like there is an opportunity here that we are not taking, or we are not seeing, because our ego or our pride may be in the way. And I get that, like with this Ace of Swords in reverse, there is something that's not being said here. Oh, we have the Knight of Swords in reverse, and we have the Hangman. So you are very comfortable here in this, like, I'm not talking to you energy. I don't want to be bothered. And then you have the Knight of Swords in reverse too. So you're very much avoidant. Like you're in a very much like avoidant state right now. I'm not trying to call you out. I'm just saying, like, hey, there is something that you are avoiding. It could be, and I feel like there is this you're avoiding something here because you don't want to face the fact that whatever it is that you wanted isn't going to work out with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. It could have been a relationship. It could have been a job. There's something here that you thought that you really wanted, but yeah, there is absolutely no emotions whatsoever right now. You are not a very emotional Pisces mode. I feel like I'm talking to a lot of March Pisces, maybe, or you're dealing with the March Pisces, because you are very calculated. You're very particular about what it is that you want and don't want. And there's also, like I said, there's this fear. I believe this is of missing an opportunity here with this Wheel of Fortune. I'm not sorry, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, the Wheel. Yeah, that's right. In reverse here. So you definitely, I feel like the fear is in your head though. Like it's not necessarily real. Let's see what's going on here. Let's do another layer. The King of Cups in reverse. Okay. Ooh, nice swords. Empress. Yeah, you're definitely in your resting. Ooh, Queen of. Okay. Okay. I got it. Thank you. Okay, so definitely in the past here, you definitely overgave in a situation here with someone or something, and it had you or the other person feeling like you would never leave them. You would never, like this person may act. Oh my God, it's like, ooh, getting triggered. You could have been giving someone too much of yourself. You could have been overindulging in this person, either just by thinking about them, wanting to be with this person to the point to where it kind of maybe turned this person off, or it overwhelmed this person, or this person was in the energy of, well, that's easy. I got that. It's like, this person could have been out here trying to play like speed dating with you, but you don't know that they're speed dating, if that makes sense. It's like you thinking like this person may be interested, and they are, kind of, because they kind of do feel rejected, but you definitely were overcommitted. Like it's like you're in the talking phase, but you're already like thinking of this person as like a partner, and you're like doing things that your boundaries were very porous, like they were able to be infiltrated easily. This person was very easily able to get access to you. And now I see that you have I heard the door. Now we have the Knight of Swords here. So like you come in real heavy with this message here, right? There was this message here. And I feel like God, it's so hard because you have the Queen of Swords and you have the Knight of Swords here. So there's definitely a message. But once again, it's like you're not seeing the signs. I feel like this could also be your guides trying to tell you, hey, be careful with this person. Like in the past, you have kind of repeated the same things where like you maybe date people who are emotionally unavailable. And it's more so Spirit's way of trying to show you like you act just like this. This is what the other person feels about you. And I think there's been a blockage, or maybe not a blockage is the correct word. There's been a false, not a false reality, but maybe you don't always see how other people may see you. Like it's really hard to see ourselves from like a bird eyes view or like a third person's point of view of, man, like I can see how this person could think that I am, cold and detached, but really it's not that. It's you really are giving a lot in the unhealthy way, like emotionally to this person. And maybe you don't tell this person that. Maybe you, or Pisces, you can hide your emotions. Don't lie to me. I know you can. You could just be hiding your emotions and but you want to tell this person something, and this person wants to tell you something. This person wants to hear from you. This person wanted to hear from you, but right now you're kind of like or the other person's like there's no communication going on because we're in this state of healing with the Empress here. You're nurturing yourself. You're giving to yourself, like I was saying earlier. Like you aren't being cold and distant just to be an asshole to people. You're really trying to protect who you are and focus on yourself. But I feel like there is this fear of this Queen of Pentacles in reverse with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse of this missed opportunity here. But what I'm hearing is, yeah, you missed an opportunity to be with someone who is like codependent and probably has a lot of issues when it comes to their finances and like their sense of like stability and self-worth, because Pentacles deal with like earthly things, like the material world. And I feel like this person could be someone who would have possibly really brought you down in the long run. I feel like this isn't a coincidence. If there's been someone in your life that you've been trying to talk to, but it's just been like super difficult to get to this person, or you feel like it's like, one step forward, three steps back kind of energy, then it's like, yeah, it may hurt to always have that what if feeling, but what you're not realizing is like this person would have made you into like this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and it would have not have been like a good scenario. It would not have been fruitful. And also, I don't see a lot of cups. I don't see any cups. There's no cups, so there's no real love here. Okay, there's the King of Cups, but that's you, and it's in reverse. And the King of Cups in reverse is someone who just, they can kind of be emotionally manipulative. Well, yeah, they could be, because sometimes, as much as we do want to pour into other people, that can come off as love bombing. So you may not see it as love bombing. You may see it as, I'm trying to make you feel secure by telling you how deeply I care about you and how much I really want to make this work. But saying that shit too early could scare the fuck out of somebody, and they'd be like, whoa, okay, like this, like some people. God, it's so true though. A lot of like things that we perceive from other people as just being like bad or like indifferent or whatever, is just people are just scared of opening themselves up, especially when it comes to romantic, partnerships and things like that. So this person is very, very nervous, and they are afraid of rejection, like uber afraid of rejection. And you're both afraid of rejection, but your response to it is very different. Where this person, you both kind of do the same things, where like you're kind of like not talk to each other, but this person What's up with this person? The Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, this person is very slow to work on themselves with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like this person, it definitely takes them a long time to really process their emotions and their feelings. And that's why, yeah, and see, okay. You're a Pisces, right? But you're a very analytical person. Like, you're very logical, and you're able, as deep as your emotions are, you're able to separate them. And that's the joy of being able to truly understand emotions, right? And understand that, yeah, I may have feelings of love and all these deep feelings, and they're really true and they're really, real. But I felt this for a lot of people. Maybe not to this magnitude. Maybe, this person does feel different. I could tell, I could feel like this person does feel different. But a lot of people will feel different. And just as good as this person was or is, there's going to be someone else, because you're amazing. You're a fucking amazing person. And right now you're in this state of like healing, and I want to say like avoiding contact and talking to people here. And I feel like whoever you're dealing with, this person could sense that. Like, this person is also really intuitive, because I don't even know how I know that, but this person has to be, because the way y'all are mirroring each other, you're an intuitive person, this person has to be sensing something. And maybe, we sometimes don't always see our blind spots, and I feel like you aren't seeing your own blind spot when it comes to maybe how other people may perceive how you defend your heart. You could be, because it could be like, when you're together, you could be very warm and very loving and very almost like addicting, right? But then, when the person's pulled away, it's like all the, little bad thoughts settle in. You could be overthinking a lot of shit here, because we have the Five of Swords here and the King of Swords in reverse. So I feel like this could be your person and you just like overthinking shit to like the max. The King of Swords here is someone who is when I think of the King of Swords in reverse, I think of kind of like the King of the Hill dad. That's a good example. This is someone who, he cares, but he doesn't necessarily vocalize it in like the best way. And this person could also have a very hard time expressing themselves, because so we have the owl, which represents wisdom. We have the crow. We have like this little bat looking thingy. And like a little, the fuck is that? Dragonfly, mosquito looking shit thingy? I don't know. All these animals mean something. What they mean, I have no fucking idea for the most part. But I do know that owls and crows are very associated with like wisdom and like mystique and shit like that. Bugs, I don't really care for bugs, so I don't really know about the fucking little flying thingy. And that little bat-like thing, what are bats? Bats are like nocturnal flying mammals. So maybe this person's very unique. I don't know. But whoever this person is, I don't feel like this person necessarily. Yeah, oops, I did it again. Like, you and this person act like the exact same in different ways, but also not so differently. Whereas one person may be more chip on their shoulder, headstrong about like not talking to someone. You got the Five of Swords here, and I think this is more so you, or aspects of you, where you're just mentally confused about this situation, and part of you is like, excuse me, I feel like there's not a lot of emotions in this relationship. So whatever this is, there's no strong emotional attachment. So honestly, it seems like this is just more headache than it's worth trying to even like figure out at this point. And if you know exactly who this person is in your life, I think the best thing you can do, the most positive thing you can do right now, is to stay present, because the present with this Empress here is the most positive card right now out here. Or I think this will get you in the highest alignment if you just continue to nurture yourself. This missed opportunity wasn't going to go anywhere. It was just more headache and confusion. It would have just forever been this repeating cycle, I feel like, because the Wheel of Fortune in reverse could also mean like a cycle. Well, yeah, it could. a cycle here, right? The wheels. And it just keeps just going and going. And I don't feel like this person or you, neither one of you really want to take the initiative. Like, because the Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles here. This person, man, there's no romance. Like, there's like little romance, but it's not a lot. Like, this person needs to work on themselves. And the more you work on yourself, I think it's either going to push this person to either want to work on themselves, or it's going to push this person away from you. This person is going to see you doing well and see all the growth that you're doing, and they could get jealous. They could get upset that they aren't where you are. But this person could also feel like they're not as fucked up as you are, too. I don't know. Whoever this person is, this person has done... Ooh, Lord. I feel like this person is avoiding some like really deep interpersonal work. Okay. Yeah, the Page of Swords here. So, baby steps. Baby steps. Baby freaking steps here. Baby steps when it comes to working on themselves. Very, very small steps. They're at the beginning phases of working on themselves. Let's say that. But they're very resistant. They're very hesitant. And I think it is because, if it's the person that I'm thinking of in my personal life, I think it's because this person doesn't want to tap into these deep, raw emotions that they have. Because there's no emotions here. The only emotions I see really come from the cards that I feel are connected to you. That being the King of Cups in reverse, which is overdoing it in emotions, if you ask me. And then the Empress here, which is this nurturing, healing energy, which is also a feminine energy, which is tend to be, I guess you could say, more responsive to emotional needs. So you're really taking care of your emotional needs here. Because you don't want to be in a situation with someone, that is just going to bleed you dry. Like, I don't feel like this person, I don't say will ever, but I don't feel like this person is anywhere close to getting what they want out of life the way you are, Pisces, the way you're working at it, because you're really doing some shit right now with this Empress here. Like, you're really, really, really trying to like nurture and give yourself what you need. And I think that's kind of what it is. You're realizing that like your needs and your desires and everything that you want is something that you are able to give yourself, and you have to be the love that you want, if that makes sense. Like, you have to love yourself so much that other people will say, well, damn, like, what am I missing out on? And it could be hard. Like, we don't really live in a society that is really vocal about like self-love and stuff. Like, it's always kind of like written off as like narcissism or overly confident people. And I think, well, let's not go down that road, but you know, society really is good at pitting us against one another, making us feel like we need to have certain things to be loved or welcomed, and you don't need any of these things. The person who is your person is going to love you regardless of, how much money you make, what your body looks like, if you are, from a wealthy family or not, if you, have kids or not. This person, like your person or persons, whatever romance, whatever you get into, like, they're going to see through all the facade that we all put up to try to make people see what we want to see. And when that person finally comes into your life, or if that person's already came into your life, there's no point in trying to hide your feelings, because the person already knows. They may not be able to prove it, but they know. All right, Pisces. So before we go, I do want to give you all some Moonology, and I'm going to close off with one of these positive little affirmation things. I like these. So this is just for clarification, confirmation. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I haven't done a reading in a while. Honest to God, I need to get back into these. I have a gig coming up at the end of May. And if you know, I have been in a really, really, really um dark space, and I'm finally coming out of it. I'm sober. I've been alcohol free for what now, 3 weeks, 18 days now. No alcohol. So that's good. I have clarity again, and I'm starting to enjoy things. So it's just amazing to just be able to like just sleep without having to feel like I need to drink. And anyway, surrender to the divine. Okay, so let's talk about giving up drinking. Yeah, there are lots of things I'm still working on surrendering. We're not going to get into it, but yeah, surrender to the divine. Really, what is it that you want? Because you can't serve two masters, right? So if you want to, if you want to be a partier and you want to have parties and, drink, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's not the highest vibration that's being offered to you. And I'm not saying you can't have fun from time to time. You don't have to go completely, sober like I do. I have struggled with alcoholism for the past 15 years, ever since I was college, freshman in college. Even before then, I was drinking a lot. But, maybe not everyone is an alcoholic or a recovering alcoholic. I know if I drink alcohol, I'm going to want to keep drinking alcohol. There is no, maybe just on the weekends. I just have to just give it up. I just have to give it up. And I really like drinking, I thought. But now that I think about it, it wasn't the drinking that I liked. I liked feeling numb. I like being numb. I love being not present. I love not having to feel my feelings. And being sober, I have to feel my feelings. I have to feel these feelings of rejection and, unrequited love sometimes. This feeling of not being good enough, not being where I want to be in my life. So, and some people get home from a long day of work and they hate their job and they just open a beer bottle or whatever, or in my case, it was vodka. So whatever it is. Anyway, I think you're finding healthier ways to handle your emotions. Yeah, exactly. A new start is coming. Exactly. A new start is coming. There's a new fucking start for you, Pisces, or cross watchers of Pisces. You got this shit. Don't give up on yourself. Whoever needs to hear that, don't give up on yourself, because you're worth it, whoever you are. You could be the biggest piece of shit to everyone else, but you gotta love yourself. I mean, unless you're like Ted Bundy or something, maybe you should work on yourself. But I'm sure you're not like Ted Bundy. And last is, see, your commitment is being tested. So, first, we got full moon, new moon, and then the first quarter moon. So by the new moon, which is, I couldn't even tell you, probably in a couple weeks, where are we at now in the moon phase? Waxing gibbous. So yeah, we're coming up on a new moon soon. You could be really ready to like just stop drinking, and you maybe like, I don't think I'm anywhere close to being ready. Let me tell you something. I was getting a reading. I was watching one of my YouTubers, and they were telling me something like, expect big changes, especially around if you've been struggling with a substance. You're gonna just not want to do it anymore. And I was like, there's no way I'm just going to want to not drink every single day anymore. And sure enough, I was on vacation with my friends and I had fun. Didn't any big bad things happen. But I just felt like, God damn, like you drink a lot. And it's like, time's only going to go forward, And the more you drink, the more damage I'm doing to my body. And I just really thought about it. Like, you have all these things coming down the pipeline. You're trying to move, you're changing careers, you're doing all this shit. You don't need to be drunk trying to do all this crap. That's not going to work. You can't, be showing up to your new job hungover. You can't really fill out job applications and be present looking for apartments and things. Excuse me. Confirmation burps. When you are, tied to a bottle. It was, I would come home from work. I love how I'm just turning your all's tarot reading into like a little therapy session. We'll call it therapy tarot. But coming home to a bottle was not helping me find apartments, get job leads, like focus on what I want to do next. It was just, I'll do it tomorrow and I feel better, right? But that, you never feel better. And so right now, your commitment is being tested. How bad do you want it? Are you willing to get sober for it? Or whatever it is you need to do to get where you want? Are you willing to walk away from the potential of this relationship without any real solid confirmation that it's not going anywhere? You have to trust in your own instincts. You have to trust that what you want and what you're going towards in life is the right thing. And I think, Pisces, I'm not good with all the astrology. Like I said, I'm gonna say I'm very green to this, but when it comes to like combining astrology and tarot, it is still something I'm working with. So if you like the nuance and like the novelty of like me being kind of like a newer channel, I don't know what the fuck I'm going with this, then please stick around and watch my progression and my glow up. But I really feel like, Pisces, there's so much stuff I've been seeing the other people on YouTube and stuff talk about. And a lot of it is all centered around people, Pisces in general, having this glow up. And I think I read something or saw something about the North Node being in Pisces. And your North Node, I do know that a little bit. I know the North Node is kind of like your life's mission or your path. And your South Node is like your past life. And it's what you're like trying to work on, and your North Node's like where you're going towards or something. Yeah. My midheaven. Everybody's called it midheaven, right? Something like that. Yeah. In Cola over there. Anyway. Alright, so before we go, we're gonna do one of these good affirmations. I hope y'all enjoyed this reading. Please like and subscribe. And for the 19th time, I swear to God, I'm gonna start posting regular videos. And you know what? Don't talk about it, just do it. Okay. So let's give you all a positive affirmation card to send you all in your merry little ways. Ooh, true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. Wow. I read that backwards too. So, guys, just be gentle with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Don't try to rush anything. It will all work itself out how it's supposed to. And the more you try to push it, the more you're just going to delay or miss out. So just let things be what they are for now, okay? Love you guys. Drink water, be safe, and peace.